will be talking about orientation. Okay. So yeah, it was pretty awkward. We were pretty silent, but we had to draw like a sign, what we thought a scientist looked like. And so I drew up some stuff, and we just added a bunch of sciencey stuff. We didn't really add a lab coat or anything, just simple plain old person, because that's what we think scientists look like. And then we had to present it.
Hi, my name is Leo, and I will be talking about we left LAX and we got to Boston. Right there we had like a 7-hour layover, and after that long layover we got into a really small plane, and it brought us here to Maine.
A dark world aches for a splash of the sun.
We're studying the effects of ocean acidification on the rocky intertidal of Maine. We do this by observing organisms that calcify, such as snails, mussels, and barnacles, and they are affected when water temperature rises and pH levels decrease, and that causes dissolution, which is the dissolving of shells, and deposition, which is the making of shells. This is caused by the burning of fossil fuels such as CO2 that are trapped in our atmosphere.
So, as a national park, one of Acadia's responsibilities is to manage its coastal areas because it's surrounded by the ocean. The Schoodic Peninsula is a 5.5-mile stretch that's much too large for scientists to cover all by themselves. So, Acadia asked Earthwatch to send a student scientist team to help collect data. Acadia is very susceptible to ocean acidification, and in the past few years, pH has dropped drastically. So our Earthwatch team is here to help record data and measure how the park's ecosystems have changed over the past few years.
This is our route to the lab, where we go every morning to check the tanks, and after we check the tanks, we take all the equipment that we need to go to the intertidals, and then they tell us whether we're taking the van or walking, and we all hate walking.
Okay, so we're doing data entry right now, and how we get our data is when we go to the field. We have these quadrats which have 25 intersection points, and then we look at each point to identify what organism is under it. So we have these sheets, okay, and each member, we usually have 4 at each site, and we have the species name over here and the sample point here. Now Justin's just entering the data.
Why you gotta put me on this policy?
Taking a break from field work, we come into the lab. So right now we are testing snail reaction times by taking 300 milliliters of water and then dropping a snail in and timing them for 30 minutes. So we have a timer using our phones here. And over there, point your camera right there. What we are doing is we do the same thing, but now we are putting in crab juice. Crab juice is some nasty, musty water that has been built up from putting in crabs for too long.
So part of what we did was to create these settlement plates. And to start off, we built them from scratch, and we had 2 different types, mussel settlement plates and barnacle settlement plates. So what we did was we went out into the field and placed them and came back a week later to check on them. We took them to the lab and looked at them under microscopes to count any mussels and barnacles that settled on them.
Citizen science is important because it is key to helping find pathways in which we can protect the world. It gets people involved to create a solution towards a problem, and it brings people together to care about the environment and to make a change.